Welcome everyone to the Avengenerds podcast, where we're talking more about DC, Star Wars, and more. I'm your host Torrent, and with me is my co-host Peyton.
Hello.
Today we'll be talking about Monkey Man in the news of the week. There'll be time codes in the description in the show notes if you want to jump around. And with that, here's Peyton with the news.
Kind of forgot we were talking about Monkey Man.
Oh, really?
I was like, you started. I was like, wait, what was the topic? Right, Monkey Man. Anyway, news. So we got some Star Wars news to start off with. Tales of the Empire. Star Wars just decided to just drop this on us randomly. Not the whole show, I wish. But we're getting it May 4th because, of course, Tales of the Empire. I guess it's like a sister series to Tales of the Jedi, where we're gonna follow. I forgot the character's name. Shit, Morgan Elsbeth. Well, I just pulled that out of my ass from The Mandalorian and Ahsoka, and we're also going to be following. I just forgot her name too. What's her name from the Clone Wars? Tor, what's her name from the Clone Wars? Barriss. I got it. Barriss.
From Dragon Ball?
No, bitch. Barriss, the bitch that fucking betrayed Ahsoka.
Well, I don't know that, so you spoiled it for me.
Okay.
Kidding.
But we're finally, after like a decade, finally going to be getting answers as to what happened to her. They released a trailer. It looks fucking amazing. And yeah, I can't wait for this. Torrent's not going to watch it because he's slacking on Star Wars like usual. But, you know, maybe in 10 years we'll get to it. This is according to the Hollywood Reporter. Beau Willimon? I apologize. Beau Willimon. That's what I'm going to go with, Beau Willimon, who wrote Andor. Some of the best parts of Andor this man wrote, will co-write James Mangold's Dawn of the Jedi movie. So that is a massive win if the movie actually gets made and Lucasfilm doesn't pull a Lucasfilm and just cancels the movie outright. But if this actually gets going, this is a massive, massive, massive win. Because he's a fantastic writer. James Mangold is obviously a fantastic director. This movie is the talents. It's lining up. It's lining up. This is
that's literal peak right there, bro.
Literal peak. It's going to be the best Star Wars movie ever made. I mean, it won't beat The Last Jedi, but you know. Anyway, this is according to Deadline. Craig Gillespie is in talks to direct Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. He has previously directed Cruella, I, Tonya, and more recently, Dumb Money. So
great stuff. Great stuff.
Yeah, great stuff. People are sort of like shitting on Cruella, but the people that have seen it, I've honestly, I've only heard good things about Cruella, weirdly, even though it's one of those like movies that doesn't need to exist, but apparently it's actually like one of the good ones. And I, Tonya, you know, it was like in the award circuit, and that's just I haven't seen it personally, but we both saw Dumb Money, and that was really solid. So. And a lot of people are like, oh, well, he hasn't done blockbusters before, but, you know, neither did the Russo brothers, and they made two of the biggest movies of all time and the best MCU movies. So, you know, that's not really a good way to judge. Anyway, moving on to some Marvel news. Sam Raimi says he would love to direct Avengers Secret Wars. He said, quote, "They haven't asked me yet, but I hope they do. And they fucking better." They really need to ask that man to direct Secret Wars. Apparently they want him. I mean, I think we even talked about that on the podcast, that one of the directors that they have in mind for Secret Wars is Sam Raimi. So I guess they just either that rumor was false or they actually just haven't asked him yet. And if Sam Raimi wants to do it, fucking let that man cook, bro. I would love for Sam Raimi to direct Secret Wars. That would be, I'd love Raimi's style for these fucking movies, man. He just, I don't know. Something about Raimi, he just gets it. It just works. I don't know what it is about horror directors specifically. Horror directors in superhero films, for whatever reason, not all the time, but they work very well. Sam Raimi with the Spider-Man movies, David F. Sandberg with Shazam. Like it for whatever reason, it really works. And I don't understand why, but I ain't gonna complain. But this is according to Deadline. Julia Garner has been cast as a female Silver Surfer in Fantastic Four. So, you know, the woke mob has finally gotten to Disney yet again, and now we're getting a female Silver Surfer tour, and this is fucking sad.
I know, right? I mean, I just can't believe that once again, the MCU is making changes to their comics. The comics that I love, dear, hold in my heart.
I've read every single Fantastic Four comic, Torn. There has never been a single female Fantastic Silver Surfer.
I know, right? And like, dude, like it blows my mind because my dad was a fan of the Silver Surfer. He gave me the comics. I read them and I loved them. The fact that the MCU is changing what I love and hold dear to my heart is just devastating to me. I can't believe that the MCU is once again getting all the things that I love and just shitting on them. Like, I can't believe it because I'm a filthy casual and I don't read comics and I'm just really upset.
I'm truly disgusted.
I know. Me too.
I'm just so sad.
Can't wait to be the first one to log on to Fandango and buy tickets for it so I can watch and hate it.
The thing is, like, the MCU has always stayed 1-to-1 with the comics, except recently when the left decided to invade these films and they're just making it less and less and less comic accurate, and they're ruining the MCU. We're like, first we're getting a new blonde Black Widow. We're getting Miss Marvel, the Marvels, fucking woke She-Hulk, and now a female Silver Surfer. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, and we're probably going to get a White Tiger show, and it's going to be a female White Tiger? Give me a fucking break. What's next? Supergirl? Batwoman? Never.
What's next? A movie about a woman Avengers led squad?
Oh no.
Called A-Force? What is that?
I can't imagine. Over my dead body. No, but on a serious note, yeah, there's been a fucking Silver Surfer, female Silver Surfer before. This is nothing. This is it's fine.
And people also need to understand that this Fantastic Four movie takes place in an alternate universe, so things can get changed. And
the MCU has never been really comic accurate since literally the very beginning.
Exactly.
Dan Slott actually
yeah, I saw that on Threads.
Oh, you did? Yeah, on Threads, yeah. Dan Slott. I have it right here. I'm just going to read it. Dan Slott said, the MCU is not 1-to-1 with the comics, and that's okay. Black Widow and Hawkeye weren't founding Avengers in the comics, and that's okay. Tony Stark and Bruce Banner didn't build Ultron in the comics, and that's okay. Aunt May can be younger, Nick Fury can be black, Ego can be Peter Quill's dad. It's all okay, and it's totally okay for Shalabal to become the Silver Surfer in the MCU, really.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Dan Slott, I love Dan Slott. I haven't read a ton of his comics because he's the kind of comic book writer. He usually does like really like ongoing series, like he does like the Amazing Spider-Man, stuff like that. Shit, I don't have time for. But he seems like a good dude.
Yeah,
bro has his head on straight. That was going to be the last piece of news, but just before we started recording, some news broke, some big news, and forgive my pronunciation. I'm a terrible person. Ayelet Zurer, will return as Vanessa Fisk in Daredevil Born Again.
Oh my god, yes.
She was previously recast with Sadrine Holt in the role before the series, before the creative reboot happened. So we were just W after W for this show, bro.
I know.
And there's been some set photos. I ain't gonna say what it necessarily, but it's confirmed some plot details that I'm very excited about. This show is gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. And I do kind of feel bad for Sadrine Holt, though.
I know, right?
Yeah, that sucks.
Hopefully that like Marvel like keeps her around for like something else, you know?
Yeah, I mean, they like her clearly if they cast her. Mm-hmm. But yeah. Hopefully she gets something else because I feel bad.
Yeah,
like ultimately it's a good thing, like for us, I guess, but for her, that's gotta suck. I mean, she got paid though, so
works out,
I guess.
But like I said, I still want to see her in another project.
Yeah, someone said she could play like Vanessa's sister. I don't know if
whatever works.
Yeah, I don't care. But yeah, that was the last piece of news, which means it's time to move on to our topic, which is Monkey Man. So, Torrin, what's Monkey Man about?
Monkey Man is about a guy, who wants to be a monkey, and that's pretty much the whole film is about, dude.
And he happens to be a man.
Yes. Becomes the Monkey Man. The Monkey Man.
So this movie just came out. I imagine this film's going to have some legs. If I had to guess, word of mouth and shit like that. Well, at least I hope so. It deserves it. So we'll do non-spoilers and spoilers. But it's also not really a movie you can really spoil.
Yeah,
it's pretty straightforward. But still, there's a few spoilery details, so we won't get into it too much during non-spoilers. But yeah, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts about the movie, I absolutely loved it. Just, you know, seeing like Dev Patel like throughout the years and knowing that like he was like not only directing this project, but he wrote it, produced it, and starring in it. Just it was like such a really great, ambitious, and very great and strong directorial debut from Dev Patel. And also as the movie was coming out, you know, like I know it was premiered at South by Southwest, which some people I know went to go see it, and I'm jealous. But yeah, there's like also stuff that like Dev Patel like went through making this film, which sucks. I mean, it definitely paid off, but like, you know, of course, like he like broke his hand. He got like an infection or something. He tore like his shoulder or something like that, and like just a lot of stuff went down. And he was saying that how like he didn't think that the movie was going to get made, because then again, like all this was like done before the pandemic. So
it was
yeah, some of it was like, well, he was planning it before the pandemic, like 2019 or whatever.
Oh.
And then the pandemic hit, stopped production, I believe. And then, yeah, he said that like he didn't believe that the movie wasn't going to get made. And that's when Jordan Peele stepped in and he helped produce it.
Well, then Netflix originally had it. And
yeah, Netflix originally had it, and then they dropped it.
They dropped it because of some political, they didn't want to get shit on, basically.
Yeah, fucking Netflix. I don't doubt it, honestly. But yeah, but other than that, you know, like just like I said, the movie is just amazing. I think it has great visuals. It has this really crazy like style to it. It kind of reminds me of like, I mean, no one has ever really seen this movie except for like me and like six other people, but it kind of reminds me of like a little bit of like Hardcore Henry or like Guns Akimbo.
There's that, not to spoil it, but there's that one little sequence in it where I was like, oh, this is very Hardcore Henry.
So yeah, it definitely has that like that very chaotic style when like, you know, camera work whenever it needs to be. But other than that, like I think it has like the visuals are great. The performances from the cast are so great too, and you know the action sequences are just incredible as well. And I really love like the routes that it goes to kind of show like, you know, the character development of like not only from like a personal standpoint from Dev Patel's character, but like a spiritual and societal standpoint as well. Because I mean, like not like the Netflix stuff with the political stuff is that like, yeah, like, you know, in India there is a lot of like there's a lot of stuff that goes down in India from what I've seen in like, you know, films, and I know that they're highlighting that in this film, and like, you know, even in other Dev Patel films he started in, like, such as Slumdog Millionaire. You know, there's a lot of like gangs. Gang affiliated stuff, and like kind of this whole like mafia type of stuff that goes down. But other than that, like just overall, like I said, you know, Dev Patel put his like literal like blood, sweat, and tears in this movie.
You can literally feel that it's a passion project.
Yeah, like seriously, and like I said, this is such a strong directorial debut from Dev Patel, and like, you know, I really hope that like, you know, I get to see like more stuff from him, because like not only is he like a great actor, he's been in the industry for like a very long time, but like knowing that like he had like, you know, the expertise to like, you know, write something like this, and like, you know, just like I said, had that great directorial like, you know, vision is so like impressive to me. And I really think it paid off like very well. I mean, obviously people love it, and it's been like raving for like a couple weeks now. So yeah, please go see this movie. It is so amazing.
Yeah, this
It's
is
so
one of those
amazing.
movies where it's like people are like, oh, we want something different that isn't franchises and stuff. And then something comes out and it doesn't make any money. This is one of those movies that could be that. So yeah, please go support this movie. Smaller films like this that deserve it really. Well, yeah, it deserves it.
Yes.
But yeah, I thought it was good. That's about it.
Thought it was good.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it was really good. It was really good. I think you definitely liked it more than I did. My biggest complaints, they're not like, nothing in the movie was like bad per se. Like I wasn't watching the movie going like, oh, well, this wasn't great. If anything, my biggest complaint is that I wanted more.
Yeah.
Like I wanted one more a good action sequence. I felt a lot of the bulk of like those like super like incredible action sequences were like within the last like 15 to 20 minutes. And that's not to say like the stuff that came before it didn't have like any merit or it didn't have any cool stuff. It was it was because I'm going into this blind. Like I saw the first trailer. That's literally all I watched, all I saw of this movie. I didn't look at any reviews. I see nothing. So I went to this blind. I was not expecting it to be so rich as far as the storytelling was going. I had heard before I saw the movie that there was some political something or other, but I didn't know the extent of it. But yeah, once the movie got going, I was like, oh, okay, this is what they're doing, and I wasn't anticipating that. So it could just be that maybe on a rewatch, when now that I know what to expect, it'll the edges will soften. But yeah, I thought it was really great. Another complaint I have, which again is not that much of a complaint. So yeah, there's the action sequence, which I wish there was another action sequence, but there is. Without spoiling it, the main character's motivation, I thought it's sort of like broken up throughout the movie, and then it sort of gives you the whole of it towards the end. And it felt like once it got to like the climax of like this is the motivation, it didn't. It felt like I was even in the first one I was like, okay, this is the motivation, but then at the end it was like, it felt like it was like telling the audience like, if you didn't get it already, here's the motivation. It just I felt like I didn't need that. It told it more clearly and more explicitly. And I appreciated that, but I felt like maybe there was a better way to execute that. Maybe make the visions more, or the flashback sequences or whatever, maybe a bit more clear, and then you don't need just the entire straight sequence at the end there. Or maybe don't do the flashes at all, or maybe make them even or more vague and then do the thing at the end. I don't know. I just felt like it could have been executed better, but again, that's not a huge deal. Because it was it's not like the motivation was weak at all. It was very good. But yeah, other than that, I don't really have any other complaints. It was just it was just a fantastic movie. And like you said, the action sequences were really, really good. Of course, to address the elephant in the room, everyone is comparing it to John Wick, and
yeah,
not to spoil it, but I mean, they totally mentioned John Wick.
Yeah,
which I was not expecting.
they definitely mentioned John Wick, but like outside of like that casual like name drop is like people think that like, oh yeah, guy in a suit, revenge equals John Wick. I don't see that at all. One guy like I saw when I was looking at reviews like just did not like it because he called it like a John Wick ripoff, and I can tell that. I mean, I personally just don't see it that way. I think it's a very like limited scope on how to see that movie compared to John Wick.
I did get a little worried though because of the dog.
Yeah,
I was like, where's this going?
but of course, it went to like kind of like a different route.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it wasn't even close.
Yeah, okay. And I was like, thank God, nothing happened. But yeah, like I said, I don't see it compared to John Wick at all. and please open up your mind to stop seeing like revenge movies where guys in a suit and comparing it to John Wick. That's pretty lame.
I think it's also just more so the style of action. But
that too.
To that, I'd say, like, I think to their point, I think John Wick absolutely pioneered the sort of modern style of Western action. But again, they pioneered the style. That doesn't necessarily mean they fucking own it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, yeah, there's been a bunch of movies now that have similar action styles. I do think it's just the aesthetic that this movie is getting more of the John Wick ripoff sort of label, but it certainly isn't. Again, they even mentioned in the movie, like this, the inspiration is clearly there, but it's certainly not John Wick. And Dev Patel certainly isn't Keanu Reeves.
Oh yeah, no, he's not. Sorry, Dev Patel. You're a great man in your own ways.
You know, I was talking to a family member of mine, and they were like, because there's that whole like hear me out trend, I guess, like the hear me out characters. And they said Dev Patel. I was like, he's an objectively attractive man. What are you talking about?
People do not understand Hear Me Out, bro. They don't understand.
It's a good movie, though.
Great movie.
Indian Joe Manganiello's in it.
Indian Joe Manganiello. That's crazy. But yeah, I have nothing else to say for non-spoilers.
Yeah, let's get into spoilers.
For me, it's I would give it a 4.5 out of 5.
Is that what I gave it? 9 out of 10. You gave it a 5 out of 5.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that shit fire.
You're like, you know what? Valid.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know like what I really give movies anymore, because it's just like, okay, well, it's depending on how I'm feeling on that
in the moment. Yeah, it's instinctual. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would you get? Like a 9.5?
Yeah, 9.5. Yeah. Like you said, like I wish there was like more action sequences. Then again, I'm just a sucker for action. I love like fighting movies. I love martial arts and stuff. I'm a sucker for that. Based
on the trailer, again, because I went into it blind, I just expected more action out of it. Mm-hmm. And I think there should have been like one more action sequence, like somewhere in the middle, because there's plenty at the end. Somewhere in the middle, because there was a little bit of a lull, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. Really, really solid. Fantastic directorial debut from Dev Patel. Please do more shit.
Yes,
and please. Also, like we said, it's clearly a passion project of him, and apparently, like he's done martial arts for a long time. He's had this skill set, and he's wanted to do an action movie for a long ass time, and they've never let him. So
I'm glad that they did, man.
He straight up said, "Fine, I'll do it myself." Like,
yeah, like real Thanos shit, dude.
Oh God. And he did it, and it's fucking rocks. So
I know.
Maybe Hollywood will see it and be like, maybe Dev Patel is the new Keanu Reeves. Oh, a John Wick spinoff with Dev Patel.
Yeah, a casual Dev Patel cameo in John Wick 5.
Ooh. And then we pass the torch to Dev Patel, and then the John Wick series can continue with Dev Patel. He can do it.
Nah, Lionsgate's gonna fucking milk the shit out of Keanu Reeves, bro.
I mean, definitely. Well, they're going to milk the shit out of the franchise.
Yes.
I'm still surprised they haven't made like a full-fledged game. There is a John Wick game. I forgot what it was called, but it's not like, I don't know. There's got to be something. Also, put that man in Mortal Kombat. Anyway, yeah, let's get into spoilers.
Spoilers, yes.
All right, so a minor complaint. The training montage went on a little bit too long. No, it just went on a little bit too long.
Too long.
Like, okay, he's punching the bag. I get it. We can move on.
It's cool. Yeah.
I did. It was fun though. The execution where the dude's like on the drums and he's like punching to the that's cool.
Yeah. That was nice. We need to get him in the studio ASAP, bro.
Yeah.
Put him as a producer.
Bro was killing it.
I know he was. That was like really, really good.
Were you surprised by the I don't know what to call him. The people dressed femininely.
No, I was not shocked at all about that because that's common.
It is common.
India.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you knew that.
Yeah. No, it's common in India. Yeah,
it's extremely common.
Yeah. No, like so, like I wasn't phased by that at all. I actually liked it because I kind of wanted that to be. I'm glad that was explored throughout the film.
Yeah, and there was even like a little news section. It was like a blink and you miss it like moment, but it was like there was like some like trans march or whatever, and people got fucking beat up or some shit that I heard that was like playing on the TV in the background.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's extremely common. I had to watch some Indian films for school. There was some shit from the fucking like 60s that had are they trans? I don't know. Are they just like cross dressers?
Well, like there's like certain terms that get thrown around. I mean, there are like trans, but like I would just say that they're like kind of like androgynous type of thing. Yeah, I would say like they're androgynous.
But yeah, but they've been around for fucking decades.
Yeah, because like my grandpa taught me all that stuff. And
no shit.
Yeah, because he's a teacher for like 30 years.
All right.
Yeah, so he taught me that stuff, and he was like, yeah, like, because
he said, listen, son, trans women are women, and you said, okay.
I don't know about that, but he basically was like saying how like there really is like basically like kind of like gender is like a construct, in like other countries, and they don't like. I mean, they just kind of just do whatever they want. So I was like, okay, so I saw them. I was like, oh yeah, like this is cool, and I liked how there was like a whole like set of people that were following with that. I don't know, that just felt like so wholesome to me. Like that felt that the whole entire like second act was really wholesome. I really liked that.
It's been a while since I've seen an Indian film, so when I saw that, I was like, oh right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
right. That's yeah.
It's very comforting, and I love how like of course like the thing about Monkey Man, the plot line is that like of course he's poor, which is obviously it's like how India is. It's like you have like the slums, and you have like the city, and I love the fact that like it's like he's like giving back to the community, and because they're also in danger too because of like how they look like, and they got to figure out a way to feed themselves. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
What was your favorite action sequence of the movie?
I mean, it was the shit at the end.
The end? Yeah.
But one highlight is probably the scene with him and Indian Joe Manganiello. And it's showing the reflections and the spinning.
Yeah, that was really cool.
But one other sequence I really enjoyed was the elevator. And he stuck the shit in the dude's neck, and he like fucking bit it and shoved it in there more because he couldn't use his hands. Yeah,
that was really cool. Yeah, Indiana Joe Manganiello just gets beat with the heel.
Yeah,
and like it was so satisfying to see that like he killed him. I was like, thank God he didn't like fucking give him no mercy or anything. That was just.
I really thought he was going to set him on fire.
Should have done that too.
He should have done that. I was kind of like, damn.
My favorite action sequence was like the kitchen where he's like like using the knives. And, like,
yes, the kitchen bit was sick because he was so casual about it.
Yeah, like he just shoves the guy's like head in like the microwave door. I ended up seeing that part on like TikTok. They showed like a little trailer bit.
Yeah,
but I was like, it was so cool, dude.
I think there was a tiny bit after that they cut out. I forgot what it was. He like smashes the dude's head into like a burner or something, and like smashes his head with a bottle or some shit.
No, like they showed that.
Yeah, but I know, but it was like. There was like I think there was a bit after or a bit like they censored for the trailers.
Oh,
that made it more visceral in the movie.
Oh yeah. Must have been the burner or the bottle.
Yeah, something.
Oh yeah, then he like smashes one of the guys' heads on like the stairwell.
Oh yeah,
that shit was crazy. And we're also getting some Sam Raimi Spider-Man vibes.
I need that money.
Yeah,
I was like, straight. I was like, I think we thought the same thing.
I was like, I need that money, and then he was like announcing his name.
Yeah.
But
I feel like as much as I really hope I really hope Dev Patel was like, yeah, I love that movie, so I did that, but it's probably just a coincidence.
Dude, that was just so funny. I think one of the things that I did like was not only seeing like the flashbacks of like his like of his mom dying, but seeing that whole sequence and stuff, and seeing how he got his like his burn marks. I think that was like really, really cool sequence to see. And like you said, I do believe that like they could have either like shown that differently or like executed like a little differently. But other than that, I mean, I still think it was a really cool, a really, really great sequence. And one of the things that I guess in hindsight it kind of works out for the film, but like the main villain, the pastory dude, freaking like Arthur, freaking what was Ethan Hawke's character's name in Moon Knight?
Moon Knight, fuck,
Arthur something,
Arthur Morgan, Arthur Curry, Arthur.
Hold on, I have to.
My Google isn't loading. God damn.
I'm looking it up right now.
I hate this phone. I need a new phone.
I have a new. Arthur Harrow.
Right.
Yes, we got like Arthur Harrow over here.
The anti-Gandhi.
Yeah, the anti-Gandhi. I thought they were going to show a little bit more of him throughout the film, but like, I'm glad that like his presence was like still like very needed, and like I wouldn't say it's like intimidating, but it's like like who's pulling the strings.
Yeah, like it was never like, oh, this guy's like an intimidating figure, like physically, but like at the end when he like walks up to him and he's doing the shit with the shoes, I'm like, bro, clearly has a thing up his sleeve, bro. Stop, like. Yeah,
I know. And then bro just gets stabbed in the stomach.
Now the thing is, we don't know if he's dead. They left it open. Sequel?
They did leave it open.
Monkey Man 2? Huh?
Monkey Man series. How about that?
Monkey Man series on HBO? Actually, they'd cancel it for a tax write-off. Monkey Man series on fucking
Amazon.
Amazon? Yeah.
They'll cancel it for a tax write-off is the most insane yet true thing.
That's it. They need to make that shit illegal. Like full stop.
They do need to make it illegal.
And if they or put some shit into law where if you're gonna delete it for a tax write-off, it's free. It's in the public domain.
Yeah. But there's like I can't even like spoil anything because this is just fucking, I don't know. I don't even know like what else to say. This shit was like so fucking cool.
Would you describe it as peak?
Is it peak? Yeah. I'd say it's peak. Just because I mean I think I'm just a big fan of like people getting to do their passion projects, man.
Yeah,
and that's kind of one of the reasons. I mean, like not to go in that direction, but like I mean that's one of the reasons why I like Zack Snyder Justice League.
Oh Jesus!
Sorry, I do like Zack Snyder to an extent. Can't wait to see.
But no, I see what you're saying. Like even though I don't love the movie, like I gave it like an 8 out of 10. Like as a movie, it's probably more like a 6 or a 7. But like I gave it an 8 because considering all the shit that had to go down for it to get made, and his personal life and what have you. Like and he also just deserved to have it get made.
Yeah, of course, and like it got like a standing ovation at like South by Southwest, and people were said like it deserves like all the praise it gets, and like. I'm just a big fan of like action movies, and this one did it for me. It definitely goes into like a lot of directions, like when it comes to like just the characters and like how like even like the societal standards of like India and like but that's shit that's like really cool to me, and I really like this movie for that. But yeah, like I said, I gave it a 5 out of 5. As a passion project. Probably give it like an 8 for like kind of like a movie, standards,
Sure.
that I'm not gonna be one of those nerds that says it's a John Wick ripoff.
Yeah. I think what I've learned about myself is that I'm a big fan of action movies where the main character is resourceful, just like grabbing a bunch of shit and just using whatever they can.
Yeah, I understand that too.
Like on some Jackie Chan shit.
Yeah, I like that stuff too.
Man, great movie.
I mean, I feel like I don't know where it's on, but you should definitely watch The Raid if you haven't already. The Raid is fucking awesome, man.
You should watch. Have you ever seen John Wick?
A long time ago,
bro. You gotta see that. Did you know they actually made some sequels? I think there's 4 of them.
Are you counting Monkey Man as one of the sequels?
Hell no. Monkey Man isn't good enough to be classified among the elites of John Wick.
That's crazy.
You seen Bullet Train, Deadpool 2, anything?
Yes.
David Leitch, Chad Stahelski.
Yes.
You should rewatch Deadpool 2.
That mess of a fucking movie.
It's not a mess. It's fun.
It's a fucking mess.
Oh, where the fuck you got it's a mess from?
Bro, I watched that movie and it's going in so many different directions and so many different places, bro. That shit
really isn't.
It's a mess, bro.
It is not.
It is so convoluted.
It's
for no reason.
So simple.
It's not simple at all.
Bro is delusional. Is Chad Stahelski doing anything?
I think he's producing something.
He did John Wick 4, and then I feel like
no, he's been on some projects. I think he produced. Oh yeah, I was gonna say I thought he produced like Violent Night or something like that.
Oh right, he's doing a live action Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima. And he's gonna be on. He's also gonna be. He's doing the sound work for Deadpool and Wolverine.
Bro, like he has so many things in production right now.
I know.
Director, Highlander, Ghost of Tsushima, Classified, Shibumi, Black Samurai, Vice City, Rain, Sandman Slim, Rainbow Six, Killer Be Killed, Gangsters of Shanghai. Fucking calm down, fucking James Gunn looking ass.
And then next year, he's also the producer of Ballerina, the John Wick.
Oh yeah,
the other John Wick spinoff. He was uncredited. He was uncredited for the stunt work of Spider-Man 2.
On God?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was the second unit director for Birds of Prey because they needed to spice up the action sequences.
He was an action coordinator for X-Men Origins Wolverine.
He was the second unit director for Captain America Civil War, and it shows.
Yep.
Chad Stahelski is someone I'd consider to be what they call a goat.
He is a goat.
Anyway, what'd you watch this week?
What did I watch this week?
What'd you watch this week?
Well, I finally finished Parks and Rec.
Oh yeah. Last week, yeah, you were still, yeah.
Yeah. Shit's fucking amazing.
Yeah, it is.
And now I will say the finale did not make me cry as Brooklyn Nine-Nine did. But
yeah, it's not that kind of finale.
But like you said, like the finale is like something to where like they can like, open up like possibilities and stuff like that to it. Who knows? Maybe there could be a little Parks and Rec film.
That'd be pretty fucking sick.
Parks and Rec's film?
Yeah.
Where
I'll fucking take anything.
President Leslie Knope.
It's a good show. What was your, other than seasons 1 and 2 and Mark, what was your least favorite aspect?
Least favorite aspect?
Yeah, what was your least favorite part?
I don't, well, let's see. I mean, I understand it, but like, I wish that there was like a season where like they would have stayed in like Washington DC for like half a season. Yeah, that would have been really fucking cool. Because obviously like Leslie and like Ben, they have to go back to Pawnee because Leslie is like she's attracted to Pawnee, but like it'd have been really cool. Like there was like half a season where like they were in Washington DC and or somewhere other than Pawnee for like half a season, and I was like, oh yeah, I don't like this shit. I want to go back to Pawnee. But obviously, they still ended up making it work. And then one aspect that they rectified later on. At first, I was like, why aren't Ron and Leslie not friends? This is horrible.
Yeah.
who wants this? And then they like, they describe Project Morningstar, and I feel bad. Ron was losing all his friends. My man, this is making me sad. But other than that, I think the show is like very consistent so far.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't really have like anything like that's like major and like detrimental that I did not like.
Yeah. What was your favorite part though?
My favorite part, there's a lot of them. I still have to think this is the bullying episode.
Oh, the bullying.
Yeah. They can see you.
I love the bit where they're on the ice rink and they're trying to get to the stage.
And then he's like, I only had enough red carpet for like this much.
Yeah.
And
they keep playing the music.
Yeah. I love the Tom and Donna, treat yourself.
Worst to live by.
Shit's amazing, dude.
Sometimes I use that in my life. I'm like, see something, I'm like, damn, I do want that. I'm just like, you know what? Treat yourself.
Yeah, and there's also not a character that I don't hate. Like, I mean, I don't hate Mark. I mean, like you said, it just got better when he wasn't there.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for the actor, man. I mean, it's not him. It's just like...
Just wasn't working.
Yeah, it just wasn't working, man. But yeah, Parks and Rec. It's incredible. It's amazing, man. I just love it. Then I watched... I mean, obviously Monkey Man, but other than that, I watched 2012 or 2012.
Boo.
It's something. I find it kind of crazy because, like, the whole thing, there's like John Cusack, he's divorced, right? And then, like, obviously his ex-wife has a new husband. Spoiler alert, but don't care. Don't watch this movie. I mean, you can if you want. The husband fucking dies, right? He fucking dies, and then like minutes later, like they like they end up fucking kissing, and then like 30 days like later they're like back together. I'm like, damn. So fuck him, huh? Crazy. But yeah, I mean, it was an alright movie. And then I watched The First Omen last night. That is the most fucked up shit, dude. I'm just saying, bro. Do not go to Italy, bro. If you want to be a nun, and it says you gotta be in Italy, don't do it, bro. Don't do it. And like basically, The First Omen, it's like a prequel to the Omen movies. And where in this one, like a young nun is like sent to Italy, and she has to basically like learn about like the Antichrist and shit like that. And it's a really fucked up movie, but it was so good because like there's like a stigma with like horror movies, how like they're all just cheap jump scares, and they have like little to no substance. But this one like was like really fucking cool because like it was like, I mean, yeah, it had some jump scares, but like I think like it just nailed being like eerie and like just overall like the presence was like terrifying, and the sound design and the score was just so fucking good. It was so good in this movie. And then also in like the cinematography was great too. Like it wasn't like it wasn't like too crazy, but like it managed to like stick with you. Yeah, by the way, you shouldn't go see it. You shouldn't go see it. Yeah, there's spiders in there.
I wasn't planning to see it, so I watched Invincible. Or I finished Invincible because there was a mid-season break for 10 years. And it's very good. It's a very good show. If only, I didn't have to wait 10 more years for the third season.
You want to borrow the books?
No. I don't want to be spoiled.
You want to get spoiled?
No.
Can't get spoiled on something if you read it first.
No.
Because, they're going to change what they're going to change. Matter of fact, I'm going to make it my mission. I'm going to force myself to read the books. And I'm going to spoil every single part.
Oh.
Man, you're not ready.
Oh.
Yes, I'm going to make it my mission.
Oh.
237. Wait till this podcast is over.
Oh. But yeah, it's a great season. It's just, it continues to be fucking fantastic. I don't really know what else to say. without spoiling it, although I do want to talk about, minor spoilers. Is Spider-Man in it? No, he's not. It's Agent Spider, played by Josh Keaton, and people are fucking mad for no reason. It's the best they could do, considering, rights issues and stuff like that. Obviously, and people are like, but they could use him in the it's a completely different thing. Completely different landscape. I know we're fucking nerds about this, and we know too much about the behind the scenes and the business side of things, but holy shit, calm the fuck down. This is the best they could do, and the fact that they did it at all is fucking awesome. All right? Yeah, it was great. If anything, people should get mad at the Fortnite gun.
don't forget the Batman thing.
Oh yeah, and everyone's like, oh, so they could do Batman, but they couldn't do Spider-Man? It wasn't Batman. Legally, it's not Batman. That's not how that works. It's just supposed to be a joke on Batman. Oh, media literacy torn. What do you think about it? Is it dead? I think it might be dead.
Yeah, it's dead, and only the few members survive.
You hate to see it. Anyway, is that the show?
That is a show.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone, for listening to the Avengers podcast. If you want to follow us, we're at Avengenerds on Twitter. That's AVENGE Nerds, all one word. If you want to follow either one of us, you can reach me at @itzeneth_ on Twitter. Where can they reach you?
At Torn Guy on Instagram.
Awesome. We also have a Discord if you'd like to join the conversation there. This will be linked in the show notes. You can also check out our link tree for any additional links you may be interested in. You can also review the show and app on Apple Podcasts. If you leave 5 stars in a review, it would really help us out. Thanks again for listening to the Adventures Podcast. We'll see you next week.
Later.
Oh my God, I forgot to hit record.
Oh my God. I'm out of here.